How's it going, everybody? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer. Coming back at you with another video. Nothing but quality on this channel. So as you can see back here, I've got my Xbox 360 Super Slim S model. I actually picked that bad boy up brand new at Walmart back in the day, back in 2010. It's still ticking. This baby, I've got it hooked up in my bedroom. And at night I usually use it to watch Netflix, YouTube, and whatnot. But occasionally I will throw a game on as well. Because as we all know, a lot of Xbox 360 games are backwards compatible with the Xbox One, but not all. So today we're going to talk about the state of collecting with regards to the 7th generation. So you could lump the PS3 in there as well. If you guys enjoy this video, I can do another one talking about the 6th generation as well. So today, the reason why I wanted to bring this up, and we've talked a little bit about it on the channel before, I've noticed over the last couple of years, especially over the last year, when you're out hunting for PS3 games and Xbox 360 games, we're not really going to include the Wii in this conversation, but with those two consoles, you can find Xbox 360 and PS3 games all day out in the wild. The games are quite common. When we're talking about games like this, these games, you can find them pretty much all day. That's not the problem that I have here. So the problem that I have, and a lot of you guys out there have the same issue, we've talked about it before, is some of the more, I guess, maybe low print games for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 7th gen. Some of the more desirable games. Not that these games I just showed here aren't desirable, but they're just, like I said, they're extremely common. When you start getting into titles like this, Deadly Premonition, Silent Hill, Homecoming, Catherine, Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop Chainsaw, Test Drive Unlimited 2. These are just a few examples. At least up in my neck of the woods, I'm not saying that these games are extremely rare, with the exception of maybe Test Drive Unlimited 2. But I'm just starting to notice some of the titles for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are becoming highly sought after, highly desirable, hard to find in the wild, going up in price. And it tends to be, like I said, these sort of niche titles here, not so much the Bethesda and Rockstar titles of the day. So, you know, it's interesting because you can see now, right up until, I want to say, the 6th gen, the prices have just skyrocketed through the roof. But as far as when you look at the PS3, the 360, the Wii, and then forward, the prices haven't really plateaued. They haven't really gone up too high. But again, there are certain titles that have. It'll be interesting to see, 20 years from now, 10, 15 years from now, if the PS3 and the 360, if the prices are going to be kind of like what they are now with like the N64 and the PS1 and the Sega Saturn. But are you guys having the same issue when you're out hunting for games right now, especially the 7th gen? Are you having great difficulty trying to find certain titles that you're looking for? Because when I go to the pawn shop, when I go to the thrift store, when I go out in the wild, like I said, I see these titles all day. They're not hard to find, but it's the more eclectic, obscure titles. I'm not really seeing these out in the wild. So I think a lot of the collectors are starting to scoop up the premium titles. I'm glad I started collecting hardcore for the 360 and the original Xbox when I did a couple of years ago. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. See, what happened was when I got back into collecting, at first I'm like, I'd really like to get my Super NES collection back. I'd really like to get my NES collection back. And then when I did some research, when I went out shopping, I'm like, holy fuck. Not that it's unobtainable, but it's just like the prices are just absolutely ridiculous. So that's when I started thinking to myself, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just start collecting for the 360. I'll get all the titles I want. And then I started doing that with the OG Xbox and the PS2 as well. Now, Now, holy fuck, if I were to try to go out and get all the titles that I have, if I were to try to go out today and start doing that, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I could. So I'm happy I jumped on it when I did, but I feel bad, especially for a lot of other collectors out there that are trying to find, you know, some of these titles, and they're having great difficulty, and you have to pay through the nose to get some of these titles. It's rather unfortunate. So maybe it's just a Canadian thing, but like I said, the premium title, I have pretty much everything I need for the 360. But man, some of these titles are becoming extremely hard to find. So, I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. Have you guys been having great difficulty hunting down certain games for the 360 and the PS3? Or perhaps where you live, these games are all over the place and you're not having any trouble at all. Let me know. Maybe we can get a discussion going in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you guys think of this. Have you checked out the prices lately for some of these games on eBay? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.